Okay, let the stream begin. Let's see. Okay, all right, the stream has begun. Let's go into the live chat. Let's see, who do we have? Somewhere in time, hello. Early Taurus, good morning. Oh, let me turn the phone down because, yeah, it's making some noise. So let's wait for more folks to filter on in. I think I may put a sweater on because I'm a bit chilly. Oh, those are pants. Ew. 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 Yeah, it's a bit chilly. It's a bit chilly in here. All right, hold on a minute. Oh my God, I'm a mess. Let me see. While I'm struggling here, seems to be my lot in life. Shauna, hello. Hello, Earthy. Hello, Moon Tiger. Anastasia. Well, I like these Saturday mornings, but people filter in really quick. All right, I gotta get the. I'm gonna wind myself up. That's how I get myself going in the morning. So I put those of you who are part of the Wizards Tower Facebook group. That's it right there. Definitely, if you're not a member, join. It's a private group. So you have to request to be added, but we'll add you. We keep it private. That way, if you're not out of the witchy closet, so to speak, it's private. So I put a poll up there. I didn't know what to do this morning, so I put a poll up there with 3 options. And would you know it, we had a tie. That's kind of how it's kind of how things go with me. So this morning, as people filter in, we're going to do a little bit of tarot talk, which I've been wanting to do because I watch Jen's a lot on Tarot Tuesday, and I just with all of the okay. Oh, today is Cinco de Mayo. Oh no, tomorrow is Cinco de Mayo. That's what my computer just told me. Fantastic. So I think it does 2 things talking about tarot cards. I love to explore the differences. And I tend to try to gravitate towards a lot of the unique decks, like the Wizard's Tarot, like Tarot in Wonderland, which both decks have like their own versions of cards. Wizard's Tarot, especially. Instead of a fool, you have an initiate. Instead of the devil, you have the Dark Lord. And I think that makes for interesting comparisons. So today, for the first part of the show, we're going to do Tarot Talk with Wizard's Tarot and the Tarot in Wonderland. Both, both decks that are very, very, very interesting. And we'll compare the cards. And what I'm going to do is we'll compare the cards. I set up quite a few aside, but we'll see how it goes. So we'll do like a, I'm going to read some of the literal meaning. I know I look at them intuitively, and I'll kind of tell you what each card says to me. But I also want to dig into what the designer of the card envisioned the meanings being, and kind of compare them between the each cards. So that's what we're going to do for that half. So the second half, because it was a tie, we're going to talk about Apollo and Diana some more. And did I show it? I didn't show it yet. So this is going to have also a little show and tell in it, because I mean, anybody who's been following me knows that I've been working a lot with Apollo, and I have an Apollo statue, which I adore. I also have a Jesus statue because I work with him as well. And when I smack the camera, sorry about that. But yes, I got a Diana or an Artemis statue. So we're gonna get a peek at that later. It's gonna be a reveal. Not an unboxing because she has already been on my altar with her brother, and I believe there has been some Facebook posts of because Matt loves to take pictures of the altars, especially when we get all the candles going. It's a thing we do at night. So when I started working with Apollo, um, I quickly, because I felt that attraction to him that was, I mean, it's beyond calling. It's like, hello, you need to start working with me now. Such a strong attraction. So I started working with him. I got the statue, and I quickly got into this routine of, I'll do. I light, a couple of candles on the altar. So I take a small piece of sage, and free sage, not the bundles, and I burn that as an or I'll do a bay leaf, and I'll say a quick good morning to him. I do that right before I do my card of the day, which I share on the Facebook group, Wizards Tower. I'll do a post for each morning, most mornings, especially during the week, card of the day, and so I work with him in the morning, and at night I usually wait till Maddie comes home because he he goes on his candle lighting spree, and just lights every candle on every altar in the house. And I'll join in, and I'll light all the candles on my 2 altars, and I'll do another offering for Apollo, maybe a bay leaf or an incense or something like that. We'll get all the candles all lit up. So if you've seen those, I know I'm squirreling all over the place. I believe some of the pictures Maddie posts already has Diana already on the altar, or Artemis already on my altar. So if you've been paying attention, you would have seen like something new pop in from Maddie's pictures and be like, wait, what's that? But I'm going to introduce you guys to her later in the show. Back to the chats. Let's see, what have we got in here? This usual Saturday morning confused mess that I call a show. Hello, Linda. I'm The Walking Dead. Oh, I know that feeling. I get up at 6 every morning. Hey, Shauna, I like that. Happy Saturday. I might be the new title for the show. Today is the 4th. Be with you. The 4th be with you. And tomorrow is Cinco de Mayo. We'll have to have a drink. Don't worry, Shauna. Take your time. Get your coffee. I've got mine. Well, what's left of it right here. Yeah, it was a dunk morning for me. So hello. Hey, Simon. Good morning. Let's see who. Hi, Cerise. Is it? Yeah, I think it's pronounced Cerise. Okay. So why don't we get started? Right, we're going to start off with tarot talk, and then we'll go into, Diana and Artemis. As a matter of fact, which button was it? I even have, some good stuff up there. I love this site, GreekGodsAndGoddesses.net. So we'll go through. This is, a quick scan of the Diana or Artemis, and I've actually gone into some of the Apollo ones. I don't know if it's from this site, but we're going to do that after we after we talk about a little bit of tarot. All right? All right, so let's get started. All right, so let's see. Off the bat, what is the first card I want to compare? Yeah, we're gonna start here. And let's bring these up. So this is the King of Cups. The one on the left is obviously the Wizard's Tarot, and the one on the right is Tarot in Wonderland. So take a look at those while I kind of go through them, find them in the book. Unfortunately, there's the cups. All right, I'll get to the King. Didn't realize how difficult this was going to be. I probably should have written down the... Wait a minute, where is the King? Oh, this is not going good. All right, hold on. Oh my God. Hold on. Hold on. They don't have them in order in the book. Oh my God, what are they doing? Oh, they have the royals. They divide it out into royal families, which is at the end. So, okay. It's in 3 sections. Good Lord. All right, King of Cups, 223. Jeepers. Sorry about that, guys. All right. Sorry about that, guys. All right, let's put the cards back up. So I'm going to read, this is for this guy here. So we'll do this so you guys can see who I'm talking about. And I'm going to kind of read what's in the book. The King of Cups, like King Neptune, is the ruler of his underwater domain, and his trident and 3-pronged crown are evidence of his reign. His white beard and white hair signify wisdom and experience. Oceans rise and fall at his command, and all the animals of surf and sea respond to his call. He can raise storms and hurricanes. He can stir whirlpools of grave confusion. He can also raise his trident above the surface and call on the forces of air and fire to bear down upon the waves. The creatures of the sea surround him at all times. Like bodyguards and soldiers, he's not afraid to make a show of his authority. He wears earrings, pendants, cuffs, and a brass belt with a massive shield. His silver goblet, the emblem of his realm, is inscribed with glyphs for the water signs of Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. Interesting. So that's kind of what the Wizard's Tarot author has to say about the King. That's pretty interesting. I know. Where's I put that book now? Oh, it's right in front of me. Here it is. All right. So I know when I look at him, I do kind of see that, right? I didn't make that connection with putting the trident above the sea. The trident above the sea to call on the wind and air. I honestly didn't see that in the card, but I did see him surrounded by like all kinds of fish. Those are his subjects, if you would. When I see him in a reading, I get a very Poseidon feeling from him, like he can control that sea, right? So that's kind of what I get there. So now let's see if I can do this smarter with the other book, because it would have been nice if I cup starts at 189. Six. Queen. King of Cups. Here we go. Whoops, let me switch the cards. So now we're going to talk about this guy here. King of Cups. Through the looking glass. The King of Hearts plays our King of Cups. Unlike his wife, this sweet, befuddled king apparently has a heart. When the Queen of Hearts wants to execute Alice, he argues that Alice is just a child and should be spared. Throughout the course of the croquet game, the Queen had ordered so many executions that all of the soldiers had to leave off being archers to attend to the prisoners, and all the players were in custody. Well, all the players were in custody. The Queen, the King, and Alice had to stop playing. As they walked past the crowd of prisoners, the King whispered, "You are all pardoned." The Griffin tells Alice they never executes nobody, you know. During the Knave of Hearts trial, I don't know who that is, the king refuses to jump to conclusion, but instead looks at the facts. While the king is someone who follows his heart, he is still a king who understands that there are rules and red tape that must be worked around. He knows the system very well, so that he can manipulate it to achieve his ends. In Wonderland, this means understanding his wife. He participates just enough to keep her happy and to let her think that her bidding is followed. In this image, the chessboard shows that he is firmly grounded on. Okay, all right, I see. In this image, the chessboard shows that he is firmly grounded on and knows intimately the laws of the land. The cards indicate the role that chance. Where the hell is that? That chance plays in life. I don't see cards. Oh, the cards he's holding. Wow, he's holding cards. Oh, I was wondering what that's about. Okay. That's what the cards show. They show, like, chance. All right, got it. The chalice holds his vision. He works within the confines of order and chaos to manifest his heart. Interesting. It's funny. I get two different kings here. I'm going to go to the comments to see what's going on here. But think about that, the differences that we see in these two kings. Put them side by each. Let me hit them this way. So while the Wizard's Tarot, so this king here is, I don't want to say stronger, but he's more, maybe guarded. So it's not like, the King of Cups and the Wizard's Tarot, or Poseidon, we'll call him Poseidon. It's not like he's without a heart, but his heart is much deeper in, if you remember the description, where he is the controller of the seas, and he is the, almost like the rule with an iron fist sort of king. Whereas the King of Cups in the Alice, or the Tarot in Wonderland, is like, he knows how to get his agenda done, but he's not ruling with an iron fist. He's kind of manipulating, like pardoning like pardoning all the prisoners kind of quietly behind his wife's back as she's sending them there to be executed. So definitely two different kings here. This is interesting. Interesting. So what do you guys think? Let me see. I'm going to go back in the comments. Somewhere in time says, Dave, I bought the Taiwan Wonderland a while ago. It's a great deck. This week I picked it back up and got into the guidebook. Through the Looking Glass. Yeah, that's what the guidebook is called. Yeah, it's a good deck. I've actually done a few readings with this deck. It's definitely a good one. Oh, hi, Maddie. This old bat walks in. I say hi. She ignored me. When I said it 3 more times, she asks when the girls are coming in. I said later, but I can do her hair. She laughed at me and said, yeah, sure you can. Seriously? I was like, bitch, your fucking shit could be used to mop the floor. Get out of here. She turned around and started walking away. I said, so what am I doing? I like the girl who did my hair. I said, then fine, go. You are dismissed. Man, people suck. Oh, God. Okay. Oh, hello, Pat. All right, so yeah, those are our 2 kings. Put those off to the side. Don't lose them. I'm not going to be able to get, because I didn't realize how long it was going to take me to do like the cards, because I have to flip through the book. So we're definitely not going to do a lot of cards. It might be, we'll look at the time, we'll get a couple of them. All right. So, though, the next card. Yeah, Anastasia. So the very different images for the kings indeed. One's in the ocean, part of it. The other one's like, oh, I'm above the water. All right. This is our hermit. And I keep putting them up backwards. We're going to do it like that. Wizard's Tarot on the left. Taiwan Wonderland on the right. So I love this card. Especially in the Wizard's Tarot deck. Because it really, the image really tells me with this one. You see him in the library kind of getting a book. He needs to study something. So he's in a library with a candle, like presumably late at night. Whereas the Alice Hermit, he's hopping on a horse to seclude himself, maybe in the wilderness. So I'm curious, let's see if I can quickly get to the meanings of these cards. So we're going to find our hermit. The hermit, page 54. Let's see. How can I get to 54? Where is it? Here it is. Wow, this went well. I'm already there. So the title of it in the book is The Hermit, Librarian and Professor of Candle Magic. Interesting. Mandrake's school, and this is what is written about him. Mandrake's school librarian usually scurries through the archives as quickly and quietly as a mouse. He's hard to corner, and you might only catch a glimpse of him before he disappears into a secret alcove or a hidden reading room. He occasionally teaches a class in candle magic, but you'll have to register early. The hermit doesn't like crowds, so enrollment is extremely limited. Then it goes, it says key symbols. The school librarian is an old man, stooped with age, and wrapped in a heavily hooded cloak. He moves through the shadows of ancient tomes by the light of a hand dipped candle. He carries a light of wisdom for others to follow. He carries the light of wisdom for others to follow, but he doesn't go out of his way to attract attention. The Hermit card usually represents wisdom, prudence, and illumination, as well as philosophy, introspection, and meditation. The card also illustrates the concept of solitude and the power of silence. The hermit's constant companion is a mouse. Is there a mouse in there? The hermit's yeah, there's a mouse on his shoulder. Damn, didn't know that. Like, I don't know if I could get this close. Hold on, let's get this close. See if I can do this. There is a mouse on his shoulder. I never knew. Wow, we are learning shite today. All right, so the hermit's constant companion is a mouse, a symbol of quiet watchfulness, observation, and attention to detail. One of the books behind the hermit is marked with the Hebrew letter Yod. Now I gotta stop and look for that. Right, read this again. One of the books behind the hermit. Okay, I don't see it. Then again, I don't know what a Yod is, but if you say so. Okay, well, whatever. My Yod. A simple form that looks like a flame. It means hand, and it signifies the hand of God. It's also a form that is incorporated in every other letter of the Hebrew alphabet. Where is this thing? It looks like a, hold on, I gotta look at this. It looks like a flame. Shit, I honestly don't know where this is. I'll put this out. Any of you guys see the Yod in this thing? Any of you guys know what a Yod is? But anyways, hi Bosede. Oh my God. Hi Amethyst. Hi Cherry. All right, so that's our that's the Hermit in Wizard's Tarot. So it kind of paints a bit of a picture. Now let's see if I can find the Hermit in this book. Come on. Where's the Major Arcana? It's going to be start on page 45. There it is. All right. Thank goodness. Okay. The Hermit. Through the Looking Glass. The Hermit is such a romantic figure. Who doesn't sometimes fantasize about getting away from it all the distractions of daily modern life, all the responsibilities, simply to have time to be alone with our thoughts. The hermit is a solitary figure, but never seems lonely. In fact, our hermit, the White Knight, is the most calm and kind character in both the Alice stories. Maybe there is a lesson here about the relationship between self-reflection and kindness. It is not surprising that the White Knight is kind to Alice, for most Carol scholars agree that he meant the knight to represent himself. His bittersweet leave of Alice, departing before she took the final leap into her role as queen, or, metaphorically speaking, growing up, supports this idea. Carol, like the White Knight, was something of an odd duck, always a little awkward and somehow on the outside of the in crowd, but neither Carol nor the knight seemed too concerned about it, probably because both were constantly clear that they and they alone walk their path. The White Knight is an apt representation for the hermit, Some scholars say that all the items that the knight carries with him, all mentioned in the text, but not shown in this image, have some connection to scenes in both Wonderland and Looking Glass. Similarly, the hermit carries with him all the ideas that he has picked up along the way. He doesn't judge anything too quickly, but instead carries it a while in his mind and heart, testing its viability and usefulness, as well as how it fits into his worldview. Sometimes he changes his worldview based on new ideas he's picked up. He's adaptable and innovative, mentally agile and curious. So, interesting. So again, yeah, very different. Kind of like I interpreted it by the image. He's the so both hermits to me are not afraid to be alone. They like their solitude. They go about it different ways. I think, right? The wizard's hermit, he's more secluded when he surrounds himself with intellect. In why he's in a library, he's on the search for knowledge, right? Where the hermit in Wonderland, he's really looking into himself. He's basically going on a journey to be his own company by himself. You know, it's interesting. It's interesting. Let's pop over to the comments. Is this stuff interesting, guys? Okay, let's see. Let's see. What do we got in the comments? Hi, Cherry. I think I said that. Oh, hi, Ikale. Hello. Hi, Amethyst. Hi, Spirit. Hi, Tar Apple. Yes. I can't believe YouTube, though. I got the 411 last night, and I've been on the tube for a long while. What's the 411 on YouTube? I don't know what that means. They do kind of stink, though, when you burn. Okay, I don't know what that is. Okay. All right. Quick peruse through the cards. How long have I been here? Only a half hour? Oops, must have been smoking today. Because time is... All right. If you guys find this interesting, we'll keep on trudging. But don't worry. I'm going to... Let's see. What's the time? 9:30? Yeah. We'll do one more card. And then we'll talk a little bit about Apollo and Diana. Now, which one do I want to do? All right, we're gonna have to make this a regular series. I keep saying that, and I don't follow through because I'm an idiot. All right, I think we're gonna do that. Okay. Okay. Our next card is going to be. You want to be what you say? The Initiate, huh? The Fool. Okay, this is one of the this is one of the cards. Let's move these over a little bit. Get this out of the way. So the Initiate is basically the Fool in the Wizard's Tarot. They just changed the name up a little bit. So we have the Initiate and we have the Fool. And let's pop over and let's get them. We should be able to get to the Initiate pretty quick because it's like the first card. Yeah, Initiate page 6. Right past her. All right. So this is the Initiate. I need a pointer. Well, I'll use my blunt wrap. The Initiate. We're going to talk about this card first. this one. There we go. I have nothing to point with. So this is our Wizard's Tower initiate. In a secluded grove on the Mandrake Academy campus, a new student prepares to dedicate herself to a year-long study of the magical craft. She carries her supplies in a leather bag, and she's accompanied by a loyal companion, her magical familiar, a white rabbit. She's the picture of purity and innocence, perched on the ledge of monumentous change. Interesting, right? Because, yeah, you can see what I guess would be the school in the background. All right, let's see. Key symbols. I like how the Wizard's Tower breaks things out with key symbols, because there is some symbols in the card, in the image, that, that kind of mean things. Even though when I read more intuitively, I just take the scene as a whole. But let's dive in. The Initiate, the first card in the Wizard's Tarot deck, represents all newcomers to the art of tarot and the world of magic. Like most young people, the Initiate is untested and naive. She's willing to trade in her inexperience for wisdom, but she doesn't realize what her commitment will entail. She wears a white hooded robe, a sign of her purity and innocence. She's also barefoot to remain grounded and connected to the earth. Ooh. She stands near a bonfire in a clearing in the woods. The fire floats above the ground, which means the flames are a manifestation of will and desire, and not simply a physical phenomenon. Yeah, the fire is actually floating. Smoke rises in the air, which is the element associated with the Initiate card, air. The 12 stones and the pebbles in the ring symbolize the year and a day that initiates commit to a study of magic, right? A year and a day. The initiate's excuse me. The initiate's bag glows with an otherworldly light, a sign of mysteries it contains, a sign of the mysteries it contains. Oh yeah, it's got like a glowing from inside. The buckle and flap on the front of the bag look like the glyph for Uranus, the planet that corresponds to the card. Make these things so small. Yeah, I think you can see it. Let me see how this thing focuses. There you go. See it on the bag? That's the glyph for Uranus. Interesting. Boy, you need to magnify it in with the camera in order to see it. Damn! Okay. The initiate bags hold the initiate's bag holds her Wizard's Tarot deck. Oh, she's got one, which incorporates the 4 basic tools of magic: a wand, a cup, a sword, and a pentacle. Wow, interesting, interesting, interesting. All right, let's see what we have to say about Alice. Pop over to, I think it's 4-5. Right, and we've got the Fool. The Fool through the looking glass. Right there. YouTube doesn't like the S word being used. It's spam. We can say, I gave you a hug. Everyone should check out spam words because you will lose hugs that way. Oh, like a, what? That's weird. Okay. I'm going to have to go to the comments after this and see what's going on. All right. Anyways, the Fool. Let's set the scene. Alice is sitting on the bank of a river. Okay. Oh, set the scene. Okay. Well, let's read what they wrote. All right. Alice is sitting on the bank of a river and feeling hot, lazy, and stupid. Her sister's book doesn't interest her because there are no pictures or dialogue in it. The state of being lulled into a stupor with no real human interaction via dialogue and no connection with soul is common for people just before a big leap into adventure. It's making sense. In fact, Alice's torpor is so is so heavy that she doesn't find the energy to be surprised when she hears the rabbit actually says, oh dear, I shall be too late." Alice's experience as arch what the as archetypal, whatever that means. Holy Lord. When we hear the call to adventure, it has to work through the dense, comfortable normalcy of our lives. Luckily, the rabbit's watch and waistcoat finally catch her attention, and burning with curiosity, she gives chase, just in time to see him drop down a rabbit hole. And she goes in after him. But that was written kind of stupidly. I don't know. Damn. Um. Anyways. Anyways, I honestly can't make heads or tails of the second thing. So let's look at the images. I kind of get what the Wizard's Tarot card is saying, right? It's a brand new student just getting to school, just getting ready to start. Think of that the scene um, in the first Harry Potter when he first gets off the train, and it's like he's like, oh. And when he first gets to Hogwarts, it's like he got that like taking it in, making sure you're ready. Okay, my wand, my this, my that. So that's kind of what I get that sense here. She's ready to be off on her new adventure. She's ready to start learning. But she's kind of like me. Whereas before I leave, I make sure the door's locked, is the stove off, is this, do I have everything? My phone, she's getting ready to leave, right? She's taking the time. Going into the unknown, but planned, if that makes sense. Whereas now the fool, Alice, she's just off. Hey, I hear something, follow the rabbit. Oh, it went down a hole. Hey, I'm going too. I don't need to pack lunch, whatever. The cat, he's going to follow me down the hole anyways, right? So there's no planning. In the Wonderland card, she's just into the hole. No planning, no nothing. She doesn't even know what's at the bottom of the hole. She knows the rabbit went down there, and I'm going down there too. If a rabbit can do it, so can I. Ah, goodness. All right. Let's pop over. So what do you guys think of that? It's interesting. Aw, the bunny. Yes, the bunny. She's got a bunny too. Yeah. Let's see. Men's cut. Oh, hi, Matt. He's back. The old bag came back during my haircut. I could hear her on the other side of the walk talking to her son. He was telling her, "Who cares if a man? Who cares if I'm a man? She has a chance to have her hair cut." I walked around and said, "I'm good. I don't need her attitude." I told her goodbye. I proceeded to cash out my client. What? I walked around and said, "Did you told her you're good?" Oh God, Matt, you're gonna get in trouble. Ah. Anyways, okay. How long have I been going? We're at 45 minutes. It's almost 10. Okay. So we'll switch gears. Let me pack up my cards, and we'll talk a little bit about and from Umbridge. I don't even know what I'm saying. And from Umbridge. That's from Alice. That's from the new one. I think. Alright. Pack this up. And let's get my Wizard's Tale. Where's my deck? Where's my deck? Here it is. Okay. So, before we kick into the next gear, I'm going to throw down some advertisements. Hopefully I hit the right buttons. So, Tarot Stock is upon us. It's like a month, maybe less away. So I just want to share with you guys for that week, Maddie and I are going. We're driving out, and we're going to sleep in a tent. It's going to be great. And I am packing every rechargeable battery. I'll have my car and every device that I have. I'm going to bring cameras, my phone, my laptop, my drone, all this stuff. And I am going to, so this, wrong button, we are going to have pop-up lives all week long. I don't even know. It's not even, I can't even plan them. I'm just going to, if something's interesting, I'm just going to go live as long as no one else is, not going live. And just try to cover Tarot Stock, kind of like try to show all the interesting stuff. And I want to do that for the people that can't make it. So I'm going to be doing that. So just think we are going to be like one of the places to be for, if you're not at Tarot Stock in person. The next thing is June 1st. Put this in your calendar. And I didn't put the time on there. It's usually around 10 o'clock. But Saturday night popcorn party live from Tarot Stock. It's going to be the Popcorn Party Tarot Stock special. So make a note of that, because that's what I'm planning on doing. And if all the gods and goddesses align, it's going to be a lot of fun. But now, let me reposition this camera, because we are going to talk about Apollo and Diana. Oh, I'm making so much noise. Sorry, noise. All right. This is what I do. Hopefully that wire is long enough. I'm going to knock everything over, because that's what I do with my clumsiness. Sorry, guys. I'm a mess. All right. Let's see. Hopefully that works. Let's see. Yes! Yes! All right. A little candlelight. Okay. We want to plop So this is my deity altar. So on the right, Apollo. But look at on his left. Yes, I just want to light this incense for them. These incense cones, we get them at a witchy shop in the mall of all places. It is, oh my God, what is it? It is San Paulo, and it's actually made from actual San Paulo wood. And it smells awesome. They just suck to light, because they just don't like lighting. But they are killer. All right, we'll put this down there for them. Okay, so let's talk about um, Diana and Apollo. So, la, 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 let's hop over to here. And let's start with Apollo. So, Apollo, god of the sun, the light, the music, and prophecy. Um, Apollo is one of the most complex and important gods, and he is a god of many things, including music, poetry, art, oracles, archery, plague, medicine, sun, light, knowledge. He is the son of Zeus um, and the Titan Leto. He was born in the Greek island of Delos, along with his older twin sister Artemis, goddess of the hunt. Um, Apollo is the ideal. Apollo is the ideal of the Kuros, which means he's a beardless, athletic, youthful appearance. He is also, because like a lot of oh, switch here. A lot of the gods, of the Greek gods are like bearded. Like Poseidon's full beard, um, Zeus full beard. Um, Apollo is kind of, you know, um, kind of very youthful, hairless. You know. Um, okay, let's go back. Da 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 da. Where was I? Okay, Apollo. Okay, both medicine and healing are associated with Apollo, um, and were thought to sometimes be um, mediated through his son, um, As, Asclepius. Jesus. Yeah, I guess, whatever. However, Apollo could also bring ill health and deadly plague. Um, I'm kind of currently reading um, the uh, Homer's The Iliad, and it has an example of Apollo, uh, casting a plague. I don't want to give too. I don't want to give spoilers, but yeah. Um, anyways, um, let's see. Um, okay. So let's go down to some facts about Apollo. Apollo was the son of Leto and Zeus. He was born on the island of Delos. There was a reason why he was born on the island of Delos also. Um, and there's a great story about that. And that is because Leto wasn't Zeus's wife. Um, and my God, I don't remember who. Oh my God, who is Zeus's wife? I forgot. Um, but she cursed Leto and just kind of forbade any, land in her rule to allow her, Leto to give birth. So they ended up on this floating island of Delos, is what they call it. Anyways, he and his twin sister Artemis, also an Olympian, shared an aptitude for archery. His forename, Phoebus, means bright or pure, and connects him to his grandmother, the Titan Phoebe, or Phoebe. I'm pronouncing that right. Apollo, a masterful magician, was known for delighting Olympus with tunes played on his golden lyre. His lyre, a stringed instrument that resembles a small harp, was made by Hermes. The 9 muses were companions of his. They were goddesses known for inspiring art and music. Apollo taught men the art of medicine, so he is often referred to as the healer. Apollo is alternately referred to as the god of light and the god of truth. Apollo served as an intermediary between the gods and men. Because of his truthfulness, um, the integrity, well, because of his truthfulness and integrity, he was granted the gift of prophecy and oracles. Apollo defended the oracle at Delphi against Hercules, who was angry at the priestess for having denied him a prophecy. Apollo killed a serpent named Python as a result of a contest. It was conquered by a single arrow. Oh, here we go. According to Homer's Iliad, Apollo played a major part in the Trojan War. He infected the Greek encampment with the plague and aided Paris in killing Achilles. It kind of sucks that the movie. So I'm gonna rant a bit. It kind of sucks that the movie Troy, which I love by the way, didn't really cover any of that. You know, there was Apollo's temple, the scene at the beginning where Apollo's temple and Achilles chops the statue's head off, but that's it. That's all you like hear. When in fact, Apollo played a pretty significant role in it. Ironically, Apollo was also a purifier, able to cleanse even those stained with the blood of their relatives. The dolphin and swan were the animals sacred to him. The laurel, used in Greece as a status symbol, was Apollo's tree. There is a whole story around that as well. I think maybe as we do more of these, maybe I'll maybe like next week I'll do the like one of these stories. Apollo accidentally killed his dearest companion, Hyacinthus, in a discus throwing contest. It's a great story around that. And I absolutely love that Hyacinthus was a male companion and was, you know, Apollo's, one of Apollo's truest companions, truest loves. And the story also, one of the versions that I read online said that when this happened, Apollo wished to become mortal so that he could die with his male lover, which kind of I thought was a really sweet story. But very, very interesting. Okay. Apollo is credited with killing the Cyclops in retaliation for arming Zeus with the thunderbolt. Interesting. He had many love affairs with both mortals and goddesses. Perhaps the most famous of these women was a mortal named Hecuba, who was married to the king of Troy. The union between Apollo and Hecuba produced a son named Troilus. Apollo's affections were rejected by Cassandra, yet another mortal, so he punished her by arranging it so that her prophecies would never be believed. Asclepius is probably Apollo's most well-known, that's the son, well-known son, although he had many offspring. Interesting. This is a little bit about Apollo. So this is Diana. Now let's flip back to the controls because we're going to go. So this is, let me show you my Diana. Shall I? Don't burn myself. Yeah, Diana. I don't know which camera will show it better. Like, so this is now, we'll do, hold on, look at her. The backlight kind of sucks like that, so we'll do it like this. So this is Diana. The lighting is just awful, right? Kind of the same people that made the Apollo statue. And it has her name. I call her Diana, but it's Artemis. Um, they are two names for the same god. Um, the Romans called her Diana. She's the god of the hunt. All right, let's put her back next to her brother. Oh, don't fall. There you go. See that? We put her back next to her brother as they both watch over me. Okay. So, let's read a little bit about Diana. Like her Greek counterpart, Artemis, Diana was the goddess of the hunt, the daughter of the Roman god Jupiter. Jupiter in Roman is Zeus in Greek. But daughter of the Roman god Jupiter and his mistress, Latona, Diana was born on the island of Delos with her twin brother Apollo, the god of light. Although primarily associated with hunting, Diana was also revered as the goddess of the woods, children, childbirth, fertility, chastity, the moon, and wild animals, excuse me. Her worshippers believed she had the power to talk to woodland animals and even control their movements and behavior. Like other Roman deities, Diana was born fully grown. Oh, I didn't realize that. So the Romans believed they're fully grown. Okay. Like other Roman deities, Diana was born fully grown and was said to have been tall, beautiful, and youthful in appearance, often presenting herself as a young woman between the ages of 12 and 19. In artwork, she is frequently shown as wearing a quiver of arrows on her shoulder and holding a bow, typically clad in short tunic. Diana is sometimes depicted as going barefoot or wearing simple buckskin foot coverings, as was the style of a Roman huntress, of Roman huntresses. Often she is accompanied by maidens, deer, and hounds. In most sculptures, she wore her hair swept up and out of the way, as would be expected of a woman engaging in hunting and tracking. Yeah, so you look at the statue. Yeah, her hair is up and out of the way. As noted above, Diana was the goddess of chastity, and like her fellow goddesses Minerva and Vesta, she swore she would not marry. Interestingly, while Diana was a symbol of purity, she was also prayed to by women who wanted to conceive and by mothers who wanted an easy childbirth. Sometimes referred to as Luciana, Diana's reputation of protecting mothers and children earned her a place of honor among women. Further, Diana was praised for her intelligence. Diana was said to have displaced Luna as a moon goddess, and Diana was represented as directing the movement of the moon from her chariot, as was frequently thought of as the goddess of light. Very similar to what Apollo. Apollo moves the chariot, the sun with the chariot, and Diana moves the moon with her chariot. Isn't that interesting? Oh, I love how this stuff comes together. Okay. Although considered smart, pure, and talented as a moon goddess, Diana was said to have an unpredictable nature and was at times vengeful. Interesting. Didn't know that. One myth tells the story that the hunter, Actaeon, stumbled upon Diana while she was bathing in a river. Upset the Actaeon, I'm going to say it like that, I'm probably butchering it, had seen her undressed, she turned him into a stag and set his hounds after him. In another myth, it is said that Orion, a giant huntsman, won her heart. However, Diana's brother Apollo grew alarmed that a love affair might develop between his sister and this giant, and Apollo tricked Diana into a shooting contest. The far off target turned out to be Orion's head. Oh man, that's brutal. Grieving the fact that she had killed Orion, she turned him into a constellation. She placed his beloved hunting dogs, Canis Major and Canis Minor, close by. Ah, interesting. Because of Diana's strong connection to woodland creatures, hunting, and the moon, she is sometimes referred to as the triple goddess. Interesting. Oh, Matt and I are going to have a talk when he comes home. Triple goddess. So is she? Oh, interesting. I thought there was only one triple goddess, or is there only one triple goddess? Roman sculptors created statues depicting her with three heads, those of a dog, a boar, and a horse. And those statues were erected in places where roads met. Oh, crossroads. Diana was also part of another trinity. She lived with the nymph Egaria, and her servant and assistant midwife Virbius. They lived in the woods of Nemai near the town of Aricia, just south of Rome, in a sacred grove of oak trees. I should probably be using Italian pronunciation, so that would be Egeria. So the nymph Egeria and the midwife Virbius. Okay. In Rome, Diana was considered a protector of the lower class and slaves, and many slaves received sanctuary in her temple. Thus, her temple in the ancient Greek city of Ephesus, had to be presided over by a high priest who had once been a runaway slave. Interesting. A slave would be elevated to the position of high priest only if he broke off a branch from one of her sacred oaks and then fought the current high priest to death. Diana was worshipped at a festival called Nemoralia, or the Festival of Torches, beginning on August 13th each year. After washing their hair and dressing it with flowers, Diana's followers would proceed around the sacred lake Nemi, also referred to as Diana's Mirror. Interesting. Bearing torches. They would walk around this bearing torches. The worshippers would allow their torchlight to join with the moonlight on the water's surface. This was a day of rest for women and slaves, and all hunting was forbidden on festival day. Since Diana was the goddess of the hunt and wild animals, hounds were dressed with flower blossoms and honored. Oh, we got to the end. Boy, they have a lot on her. Today, many pagans still celebrate Diana on August 13th, where she is asked to protect the harvest from autumn storms. Celebrants offer Diana baked goods and fruit, and some make requests written on ribbons and tie them to trees. The festivities often include songs and dances. And hold on.
There's smoke
Oh,
in the living
God.
room. The alarm may sound.
Fucking thing.
The alarm is loud.
Hold on. Ugh. Hold on. Stupid mess. Shut up.
Smoke alarm silence
Ugh.
in the living room.
Oh, my goodness. It's only a little incense. Oh, my God. Yeah, this incense definitely throws some smoke. Definitely throws some smoke. All right, let me see. What's the last? One last. In closing, Diana was a complex, many-sided goddess, um, embodying various characteristics from protector to huntress. Today, Diana is often written about as the original mother goddess, a powerful icon who presided over a society with strong matriarchal lines. She continues to be referenced in art, literature, and film, making her an enduring mythical figure. Interesting. So that was Diana. Interesting. That's Diana on the left. I'll pop into the comments. Did I miss? Oh my God, I missed so much. Anyways, what time is it? 10:08. So I'm going to kind of wrap up. I like to make sure I give enough time for Simon. I don't know if Simon, if you're having a live today, but I usually like to wrap up and give him time to set up. He does interviews. But that's Apollo and Diana or Artemis. I never knew, and so we'll have to dig in a little bit more because I wonder if Artemis is also considered a triple goddess. Because, I mean, the Greek and Roman pantheon are very similar, but there are some slight differences here and there. And the Greek pantheon definitely goes into much more detail, where the Roman side, they just kind of kept everything high level. But yeah, that's it. So that was Apollo and Artemis. I've been working with Apollo for a while. I guess for a while now. And it's been fun to work with. I really, really feel his musical side. Really do feel that, because I love music and I feel a connection with him whenever I'm listening to music. And actually, as soon as I'm done with all YouTube for the day, so I might watch Simon if he goes live, I'm inspired to actually pick up my guitar and start playing. Because, it's like I'm tapping into that musical energy. And of course, I love the sun. This is the one thing I love about, the brother and sister here, or as I call them, the twins, is during summer, obviously I love the sunshine, nice hot sunny day, but those summer days where there's a big, bright, full moon, I love to be out in it. When the nice bright moonlight, I love taking like walks in the moonlight. So I just tap into that energy. So interesting. So that's and wearing my hoodie, I see, Dave. Every hoodie in this house is yours. You're like that's mine, that's mine, that's mine. It's my size, right? But it's yours, yeah. Yeah. So what's going on? Oh, Simon, don't go on if you are not well. Don't have to force yourself to go on. That's one thing I learned. Yeah, when I'm not feeling it, like I apologize. I just last Wednesday, for Wednesday night readings. I really wanted to do them. It just didn't feel right. Anyways, let's see. Maddie, I love thunderstorms too, but my dogs last night went. Oh, yeah, you guys are getting thunder, huh? I like sun. We have not had sun on a weekend. I can't remember the last time we had sun. But anyways, guys, again, do not forget that we are going to be the channel to pay attention to for Tarot Stock. I'm going to try to cover as much as I can. even if I have to go live 100 times a day, as long as I'm not driving people crazy. But I really do want to do that. I actually went on T-Mobile's website just to make sure I have coverage, and the Rochester area seems to have pretty good coverages. Oh, that's right. You're on Long Island. Yeah, Summer in Time Tower, says Dave. I live right across from you on Long Island. Yes. Oh, so you guys got thunder. We didn't get thunder up here. It's strange. Shauna. Oh yeah, I'm definitely gonna do it. I am bringing. I'll tell you, I love like my pretty graphic. I am bringing. So this is what I'm bringing. My phone. 4 power banks. All my chargers. I'm bringing my laptop, my MacBook. I'm bringing my 2 cameras, right? This camera right here. And this camera's on the laptop. I'm bringing that. I'm bringing my drone. So I'm going to have tons of stuff. And
smoke alarm silenced in the living room.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm going to just have my phone and my little selfie stick, and I'm going to go live as much as I can. Anything interesting. I know there's a gem show that a bunch are going to. I might try to film some in there, go live if they let us. Some of the other stuff. But yeah, and then absolutely the popcorn party. I already spoke to Jen. We're gonna we are doing the popcorn party live from Tavistock. Not sure how I'm going to set it up, but I know it's going to be multi cameras, and yeah, we are. Oh yeah, I am going to go. This is going to be a thing. This is going to be fun. I cannot wait. And my T-shirt does say Pride. This was from Gay Pride last June in Rhode Island. Yes. So yes, definitely pay attention to us during Tavistock. The Facebook page, another outlet for a bunch of information. I'll be doing some posts there. All the videos will be YouTube, but the easiest way for me to kind of share maybe upcoming stuff is on the Facebook page. So definitely check that out. And if you haven't liked and subscribed, like and subscribe to the Wizard's Tower, click the bell. What is this? Camera in corner for a whole room. You need a wireless handheld camera you can carry around. I have 2 GoPros. Well, one's Maddie's, one's mine, and I have a gimbal. They don't go live, but yeah. I'm gonna have tons of stuff. Canceled Pride Parade this year. Marge, where are you from? Because that is crazy. There'd be riots here if they canceled Pride. Pride in Rhode Island is huge. Huge. I'd be doing lives for that too. But yeah, that is so sad. Wow, Alberta, Canada. Interesting. There were groups for. I would never. Because oh my God, I've been to Toronto a few times, and Canada's typically is light years ahead of us as far as that sort of civil rights. Like Sherry puts in there, our Don Bible belted town, city, state won't allow any parades. Yeah, the Bible Belt in this country is awful, and it's. I like to say it makes Jesus weep, because I know. Look, just like I connect with Apollo, I've connected with Jesus. I feel him. I know him. And I see all this shit that's out there. And if I could pick up my Jesus statue and like make him real, and he saw that, oh my God, he would flip out. All these psychos, like that other screwball that thankfully I think he got banned from like 40 something countries. The pastor I think from New Mexico that says all Christians should kill gays. You know what? I tell you, bring it. Go ahead, bring it if you want. God, but it's sad. It's sad. Yeah, New York has no problems. Providence Pride is never any major problems. I think one year the Woodsboro Baptist Church tried to set up during one of our Pride celebrations, and they they severely underestimated what they would be facing. Like they literally had like I think it was like 10 people standing on a corner. Now, like most Pride parades, the one here in Rhode Island has about it's gotta be 100,000 people, easy. I mean, because it's massive. The whole city's crowds. And you're gonna bring 10 people. Bye, Simon. Yeah, I'm wrapping up anywho, so I can hop over. And I hope you feel good. Hope you feel better. I'm gonna pop over to your live and catch what you got going on. So everybody, that's it for this morning. Like and subscribe. And we're gonna do more stuff like this next Saturday. All right, thanks, guys. Mwah. I love you. Don't forget, like and subscribe to the Facebook page, and don't forget the Saturday Night Popcorn Party, June 1st. And pay attention during Terror Stock because I am gonna try to have so much content. I don't know. I think YouTube's gonna get pissed, but I don't care. All right. Bye, guys. Mwah. Love you.